Welcome back. Part 2. Peace and blessings, family. Welcome back to Diaspora Discourse. I'm your host, Absolute, and this is a continuation to the video that I made earlier on. The question I asked was, are black people pillars of racism?
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yeah.
So the programs that you get for the first 7 years are not yours. They came from other people, and they pass that on to you. But the problem is, it's not just the previous generation, the generation before, the generation before, so we pass down through the family. Here's the problem, big time. Science has found that 95% of our life we're thinking. When the conscious mind is thinking, it's not paying attention. When the conscious mind is not paying attention, the subconscious program is the default. Well, if you understand that, then it says only 5% of the time you're running your life with your creative mind, the wishes and the desires and what you want. 5%, 95% of your life is coming from the program. Yeah, but the program is not your wishes and desires, it's other people's behavior. 95% of the day you are playing programs that psychologists tell us are limiting, disempowering, self-sabotaging. All of us. Every one of us, every day, plays programs that we don't see, and they're not ours. All we see is the result. And we go, oh my goodness, this is not what I wanted. Yeah, but this is what you created.
How this world operates is they program people through their subconscious mind. That's why you can ask people a question about an emotional attachment they have to an idea, and they won't even be able to explain it. They've just heard it growing up, they've heard it from the news, they've heard it from mainstream media. You ask them about it, you say, oh well, this is actually the truth, and they won't be able to comprehend what you're saying because they have no proof of what they're saying. They just said they heard it from mainstream media. And then if we want to go to proof, you have to ask yourself the question, who controls the proof of all these things? So one of the herbalists I listen to from America, he has to go out of his way and personally pay scientists from his own money. The scientists from the government won't do the research for him to prove the truth about health. And then, of course, he's targeted by other pharmaceutical companies. So, the proof that we are told is controlled to a certain limit. And everything you are told from young is an emotional idea that is told in your head. When you're born, you're most likely slapped a religion. You're given a name that you didn't choose. All these labels that you're labeled, but that's not who you actually are. Who you actually are is your soul, who you are as an individual being. That's who you actually are. We're told these different names and we're told these different emotional ideas in the real world to try and label us from who we actually are.
There's a program called MK Ultra, started in the 1950s and 60s, led by a chemist called Sidney Gottlieb, okay? And the point of MK Ultra was to figure out how to brainwash people. And for the longest time, this was considered a conspiracy theory. But a few years ago, the CIA, the US government, admitted we actually did this, but not anymore, okay? We did this before, but not today. Not today, okay? Okay, so if you're curious, there are lots of documents, government documents on the internet that you can read, okay? But the MK Ultra was a program designed to test the effects of drugs and brainwashing on innocent American citizens, especially children. So some of the documents are now public, and guys, just so you know, most of the documentation, the most sensitive documentation, was destroyed by the participants. So we only have a few of the documents. But some of the things that they were doing was brainwashing, okay, using drugs, hypnosis, in order to control people's minds, okay, interrogation techniques. They were working with foreign intelligence officials to conduct mind control research. Okay, so the things you couldn't do in the United States legally, they were doing in Egypt, which created what, guys? Probably Al-Qaeda, okay? They were also doing things that were really weird. For example, they started a brothel. And so if you came to the brothel, they gave you drugs, okay? like LSD, and they were trying to figure out how to control your mind. But they won't do this to most people, right? Okay, well, I'll show you later on. You'll be surprised. Okay, so this is Sidney Gottlieb, and he was the man responsible for MK Ultra. And he's a chemist, okay? So he's trying to figure out how to use these drugs to control the population. And you're like, well, this is just weird. And if you talk to experts, like, well, the MK Ultra results were terrible. But then ask yourself this: what is social media? What is, if you feel bad and you go to a doctor and the doctor gives you drugs, how do they know these drugs work? Okay, so MK Ultra did work, but they hide the fact of its effectiveness. And the results of MK Ultra have spread throughout society. Guys, good news. You're now the pharaoh, okay? Each and every one of you are now the pharaoh. Congratulations.
We found out that my trainer was a MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on psyops
Who's
in
this
the
guy?
Canadian military. This is Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me, and they when I asked them how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly, it took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
They would have Michael Jackson.
or worse, yeah.
So look at
There's a matrix glitch in the NBA. It's kind of weird. There's a bunch of them. There's actually a whole string of them where there is, like, you'll see people doing the same thing. It's hard to explain. Like, two basketball players will be doing the exact same motion. It looks like someone just copied and pasted them. Or people in the audience, or you just have to see it to believe it.
So basically, they're like walking and functioning in sequence.
Yes.
Like they're copying each other.
Yeah, like they've just been copied and pasted.
And it's like multiple people doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, and it happens sporadically and randomly. It's kind of weird. It looks weird, like two people will look this way or something, or like two people will do the same hand gesture at the same exact time, but in two different spots on the camera. It's kind of weird.
African Americans are loud, rude, obnoxious, and just altogether fat and ugly. God made one perfect person, it's me. It made me feel good to put down an African American person because it helps them stay in their place. I identify with the Ku Klux Klan because the way they believe is just so smart. White is right. White power.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Okay, I need you lot to focus and pay attention to what's going on the earth, especially if you're a black person, so-called black person. Even that label, that title, it's very, very, it's ridiculous. But nevertheless, I have to speak to my target audience. When you're talking to me about interracial marriages and relationships, it's not organic, it's not natural, it's not real. It's literally a manipulation tactic. It's literally a device or tool used to control, re-augment your perception on reality. Now, I'm not trying to stop people from being in interracial relationships. That's on them. I'm talking to the people who understand what's going on and who are also of African descent, Bantu in DNA. You need to understand what's going on and why they're doing that to you. This is not a game. This is not a trick. This is not, it's fictional. This is real life. You're seeing it happen before you. I mean, You're seeing G-sides. You're seeing wars. Why do you think they're showing you these things? What do you think is the precursor to all this? Or don't you think this is a precursor to something bigger? I mean, they just showed you over the last 10 years, 15 years, The Purge, I've forgotten this other crazy Saw, all these other crazy films. And then the Epstein files comes out saying they cannibalize, they're eating children and eating people, hunting them down. Then there's a new film called is it Get Out Part 2? Understand, all these things is programming. So when you're there saying, oh yeah, I love this person's for me, who told you that? And they're from a different culture, different race. And their race has done madness to your race. But all of a sudden you love them? You look in the mirror, you don't love yourself? Anyway, I'm just saying, open your eyes. Yeah? Understand the world you live in. Realize things are happening faster than you would like them to happen. And if you're not cognizant of what's going on, you're just going to be caught up in the whirlpool. And then when you start spiraling, going down, you're going to take so many people with you. You're going to take your family members, your community. Understand. And the thing is that if you hate, you're falling into the trap as well. Because I'll let you know this, hate is a mechanism of the MK Ultra. They get your emotional reaction, your visceral, angry. They use that. They tap into that. That's how they can manipulate you, trick you, and make you do A, B, C, and D. So don't be hating people. Yeah? Just understand people. Just know that as a person, you have power over your own body and mind. Because like the guy said, it's really about your soul. Your soul is really the conductor of stuff. That inner voice. And if you let that inner voice be wiped out and taken over, oh well, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's survival of the fittest. And if you're not fit, you're not surviving. Nobody's fault but your own. Wake up. If you don't want to wake up, hey, that's on you. Fine. Enjoy. Yeah? So I'm just letting you know that all this, oh yeah, I can do interracial relationships and oh, love is love and da da da. It's pure garbage. It's not real. It's fictional. And you fell for it. Yeah? You fell for it. Because they're telling you you're weak-minded. I don't think you're weak-minded. I think you're powerful people. But they've put these blinders on. They've put this mystical shroud all over your face and you can't see through the fog. Because that's how they need you to be. I was watching, who remembers Gladiator with Russell Crowe? Yeah? There's a bit in that where Commodus is talking to a senator. This senator is like his right-hand man. And he's asking him, how can I please the people and blah, blah, blah. He said, no, he said, it's not about pleasing the people. It's about controlling them. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. He said, you use the games as a distraction. Use the games as a distraction. And while they're being distracted, you do what you need to do. So, in this modern time, and that was over 2,000 years ago, in this modern time, we've got sports entertainment, we've got comedies, we've got films, we've got a plethora, we've got platforms upon platforms upon platforms. And you don't think they're using MK Ultra? They've been doing this since 2,000 years ago. They just refined the technique. It's now distilled to such a pure, precise mechanism and science that you wouldn't even know you're being trapped. Anyway, well, it's a gloomy situation. It is, but there's always hope. And that hope is you. You're the hope. You. All you need to do is wake up. Stop hating. Stop using your anger. Stop using violence. Use violence in the appropriate manner, in the appropriate way. But if you're there not directing it properly, and you're just there angry, you're trapped. You best go take some yoga classes, learn some Tai Chi, do some breathing exercises. And I'm not joking, I'm being deadly serious. Yeah? Go learn things that's going to calm your emotions. Yeah? Anyway, that's been my little rant. And yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side because I've got more videos relating to this particular topic. Are black people the pillars of racism? Anyway, there's going to be a part 3. Peace.